Good morning children, Sairam. Now today in history we are going to do the next part of our second lesson of history, that is India events after 1960s. And in the first part we have learnt about the two decades, that is 1960s and 1970s, and we have learnt about the political, social and economic changes that came across during these two decades. Now today we shall proceed with the next decade, that is the 1980s, and then you will see that there were many challenges had come in front of India during this decade. So during this decade the Indian political system faced many new challenges, and one of the challenge among them was the Sikh in Punjab. They demanded a separate state of Khalistan. So they wanted a separate state of Khalistan, so they put forth a demand for that, and for that reason they began a movement, and later this movement went on to become more violent, more aggressive and destructive. Okay, for they wanted a separate state. So Pakistan had lent his full support to this movement, movement of the Sikh for the separate formation of Khalistan. Pakistan had given its full support. The Indian army was sent into wherein you'll find was sent into the Golden Temple, wherein there were some terrorists, or you can at Amritsar, Golden Temple at Amritsar, which is said to be as a shrine of the Sikh. Why was the Indian army sent? In order to evict the terrorists who were there in the temple taking shelter. So they were to be removed out from there. So the Indian army was sent in 1984 in order to evict those terrorists from the temple. One of the Sikh bodyguard who during that time Indira Gandhi was the Prime Minister, and one of the Sikh bodyguard of Indira Gandhi's personal security, he assassinated her. What do you mean by assassinated? Killed her. Okay, so he was a Sikh bodyguard. He was a security of Indira Gandhi. He belonged to Sikh community and he assassinated her. And during this period an organization was called upon, that was the United Liberation Front of Assam, ULFA. Now this organization, it carried on a major movement in northeast of India. Okay, the organization ULFA, it carried out a major movement in the northeast India. Right after Indira Gandhi's assassination in 1984, Rajiv Gandhi became the Prime Minister. So after Indira Gandhi was killed, assassinated, the next Prime Minister was Rajiv Gandhi. He also tried several reforms in order to bring about new changes in the field of Indian economy and that of science and technology. He brought about many new changes in the field of economics and also in the field of science and technology. Now let's see what were the further changes. He took lead in solving the issues of Tamil minority in Sri Lanka. So he was the one who had taken a lead in order to solve the issues related to Tamil minority in Sri Lanka. Then he promoted the idea of a united Sri Lanka with internal autonomy. Okay, what do you mean by autonomy? That is the self-government. So he promoted the idea in Sri Lanka of having an internal autonomy to the Tamil community, but all his efforts proved to be a failure. It was not successful and it proved to be in vain. So you'll find Rajiv Gandhi, he tried various ways in order to bring about a peaceful atmosphere by taking certain decisions, by doing certain changes in the political and the social spheres of the society. Then further, he faced a lot of criticism in the context of corruption that took place during a defense equipment deal. So he had also faced people criticized him with related to the corruption that was going on taking place in the defense equipment deal. Now which was that defense equipment deal? It was the purchase of long range cannon from a foreign company called Bofors. So the long range cannon were purchased from a company called Bofors, wherein he was being criticized as if for means of corrupting, doing a corrupt deal between the in the purchasing of the cannons. And so later you would see political corruption became a crucial issue in the general elections. So since then, a crucial issue of the people got a topic in order for discussion, or you can say that there is a lot of political corruption, and that is followed in the elections as well, and the Congress was defeated because of that, as he belonged to a Congress party. So then people spread out a humor that there is a lot of corruption in the political issues, and so as a result the Congress party was defeated. Several political parties formed a coalition called the Janata Dal, and Vishwanath Pratap Singh became the next Prime Minister of India. As we see that the Congress party was defeated, so then several parties came together and they formed a party called as the Janata Dal, and Vishwanath Pratap Singh, that is VP Singh, he became the next Prime Minister of India. So the policy of providing reservation for other backward classes, that is the OBC class, is considered to be his most important contribution. So the VP Singh's contribution was in the spheres of giving reservation, policy of providing reservations for the people of, you can say, other backward class who are not getting facilities. They were being provided with the reservations, in that was one of the most important contribution. And then but Vishwanath Pratap Singh, he could not continue as a Prime Minister for a longer period of time due to the internal differences in the party. There were some internal disputes or internal differences within the party itself, so he could not continue as a Prime Minister for a longer period of time. So after Vishwanath Pratap Singh, we'll see in 1990, Chandrasekhar, he became the Prime Minister of India. After VP Singh, Chandrasekhar became the Prime Minister of India. But his government also did not rule for a longer period of time. It did not live longer. And in 1991, during the election campaign, the terrorist organization in Sri Lanka, now which was an organization, Liberation Tigers of Tamil Eelam, that is LTTE, Liberation Tigers of Tamil Eelam, they assassinated Rajiv Gandhi. They killed Rajiv Gandhi. So Rajiv Gandhi was killed in 1991 during the election campaign. Okay, who killed the terrorist organization in Sri Lanka, that is the LTTE. They assassinated Rajiv Gandhi. Later, you would see towards the end of the decades of 1990s, the unrest in Jammu and Kashmir had begun. So there was a quite unrest at the end of the 1990s in Jammu Kashmir, and the terrorists forced the Kashmir Pandits to leave the valley. So the terrorists, they forcefully made the Pandits to leave the Kashmir valley, and this problem grew serious day by day, and today it has taken in the form of terrorism. So till now we were facing this problem of terrorism from Kashmir, but now as we have seen the article of 370 which was removed, and then we could see that Kashmir is said to be as one of the part of India now. So but till now that effect was there. Now We'll see further. Now till now we have studied about the three decades, that the 1960s, 1970s, 1980s to 1990s. Now there were certain changes had occurred after 1991. Now what were the changes? Then the year 1991 is held to be very important in the history of world as well as India. So this year proved to be of great importance for the world as well as India. It was during this time that Soviet Union was disintegrated into several different small countries and the world war came to an end. So Soviet Union was divided into different small countries, and then this in turn put forth to an end to the Cold War. Yes, we have learnt about Cold War in our previous lesson, right? Next you will find that in India, the government under the leadership of P.V. Narasimha Rao initiated many changes in the Indian economy. So in India we could see in the Indian government there were lots of changes were brought about under the leadership of P.V. Narasimha Rao, okay, in the Indian economy. Now it was during his rule, when he was the Prime Minister, during his period, Ram Janmabhoomi and Babri Mosque issue at Ayodhya came into front. We can hear about it still now, children, right? The issues, it was recently solved about the Ram Janmabhoomi and the Babri Mosque. So it was since the time of P.V. Narasimha Rao. Okay, he was the Prime Minister. This issue had come into the forefront. In the elections conducted between 1960 and 1999, no political party got a clear majority in the Lok Sabha. So in the elections which are held in between 1960 to 1999, you find that no political party, they got a clear majority in the Lok Sabha. And what was the result of that? It resulted in 3 governments in a short span of time. So it was because of that 3 governments had ruled in a very short span of time for a very short period. Now which were they? Those led by Prime Ministers. One was by Atal Bihari Vajpayee, then H.D. Deve Gowda and Inder Kumar Gujral. They were amongst them. So these were the 3 governments which lived for a very short span of time. And finally, in 1999, National Democrats came to power under the flag of Bharatiya Janata Party. So, it was finally in the year 1999 a National Democratic Alliance, and it was under the flag, it came into power under the leadership of Bharatiya Janata Party, and Atal Bihari Vajpayee became India's Prime Minister. Till then we could see that there were 3 governments which have ruled for a very short period of time. Yes. Then Atal Bihari Vajpayee, he tried to establish a dialogue with Pakistan but was not successful. He tried to improve the relations between India and Pakistan by negotiations, but it was not successful. And so India conducted a number of nuclear tests in 1998 and declared herself as an atomic power. So it was during his rule only that India had conducted a number of nuclear tests in the year 1998, and it had declared herself as an atomic power. In 1999, there was another war fought between India and Pakistan in Kargil region over the Kashmir issue. So again there was a war fought between India and Pakistan where it was fought in Kargil region, and it was for what? Again the same Kashmir issue. In this war again India defeated Pakistan. Okay, so in this war again Pakistan was defeated by India. So children, now till now in this lesson we have learnt about the 3 decades, that is the 1960s, 1970s, 1980s, and also we have learnt about the various changes that have come across after 1991. and how the government became stable later. Okay, we have still some part of it left of the lesson. We shall proceed with it in the next part. So far whatever we have learned, let's just do the recap, solve some answers, find out some answers. In the year 1974, India successfully carried out underground nuclear tests at Pokhran in Rajasthan. In 1984, Rajiv Gandhi brought about many reforms in the field of economics and science and technology. In 1999, there was war between India and Pakistan on the Kargil area over the Kashmir issue. Okay, so the war was fought between India and that is India and Pakistan. So children, here we shall stop with our lesson for today. We'll continue in the next part. Thank you.